You done with your epidural part?
Um,
Move to the delivery.
Oh, we're not done with the epidural because we had something that happened after the epidural. Remember?
What happened?
So we did have the epidural and everything went fine. You were finally able to go to sleep.
Right, we went to sleep.
We both went to sleep. I was like, yes, Lord. But during that, yeah, you did have the epidural then because at 2:00 they took the thing out, right?
Right. So I had the epidural, and then the doctor came in, and by this time I think it was a long time. I didn't have any more fluids, and they were concerned about that and the baby still being, I haven't delivered and I don't have any more fluids. So the doctor came in, and sorry to be graphic, she inserted a tube to give me fluids, to give the baby fluids. And when she did that, I don't know what she did. I know why she did it, but that caused all my pain to come back. It's like I never had an epidural. So I started feeling everything. And that's when you got even more heated.
That's when she dropped the ball again.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I was like, I am feeling this. This epidural is not working anymore. And they gave me a...
We got to pause. Because we were asleep. And you woke up and you were like... Moaning.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this ain't right. And immediately I flashed back to Kaylin. When you got an epidural with Kaylin, they came and they gave you the epidural. And I was so ignorant at that point because I thought that the medicine going to work. I didn't know. This stuff you don't know, man. It's just stuff. And then it played in the part with me asking you, are you okay? Like you're saying out your mouth, this was with Kaylin, that you're okay, you're just in pain, but I don't know how to comprehend that at this point. At that point, I need clear directions. This is too much pain for me.
Right. And that's another thing, ladies. Don't try to be strong. It's too much pain. It's too much pain. You ain't in no race. You ain't even win no trophy.
Nope.
You in pain. You in pain. You just got to let them know. And I learned that too, even though I don't need to have to do this again prayerfully. Just be clear. You have to get clear.
And y'all know, men, we could read between the lines. It's just like when a woman is flirting with a man, the man will still be like, is she flirting with me? And the signs will be there. This is
not the time for that.
You need to be clear. You need to be direct. This is what I need you to do.
Yes. And I'm talking to us black women. We need to be clear. We need to speak up. We need to tell whoever is in there with us, supporting us. We need to tell them how we're feeling. We need to tell, if we can't, we just need to have, if you can't speak, you need to have some signals. I mean, something, because you be so focused.
Yeah.
You need to have something where you can communicate and let them know, I'm tapping out. This is it. We need to do something different.
Yeah.
And we don't need to sugarcoat it. We don't need to be concerned about nobody else. You need to be selfish at this point.
Yeah,
and
because you might not make it through.
Right. And you need to be very vocal on how you're feeling and what you want, and don't let them back down. I mean, don't back down on them. Don't let them have a free pass.
Yeah, because let me get back to what I was saying before I forget. When I said we flashed back to Kaylin, because you were having that pain with the doctor, and it was like, oh, the medicine gonna work, just push your button. But as soon as that doctor came in like that, you're like, whoa. She shouldn't be in that much pain. And that's what my mind went to during this pregnancy. When you was doing that, when you were moaning, I was like, nah, she hurting. Still, you weren't fully verbally expressing that, but I knew it. You know, I kind of sensed it because I remember I was with Kaylin. And that's when I would tell this nurse, listen, I say, hey, she in pain. And I thought about everything our friend said. I was like, she in pain. We need more medicine. She was like, oh, okay, she's coming. And then, so I waited. I was giving her like 10 minutes at a time because it was like Shelby pain kept getting worse. But then when she was able to push the button, she'll calm down. But that didn't last long. So she'll come back in there. And then I was like, hey, is the nurse coming? She was like, oh, yeah, we called her, but she's coming.
I didn't get the button until after that, honey.
Sure right.
Yeah.
Sure right.
She was coming to give me the button.
Sure right.
And that was more medicine. So once she finally came
Oh, but hold up, because earlier when she came in there and we was talking, and I was like, because we were asking them questions about if she's in pain, what should we do? She was like, if nobody's taking you serious, ask for the charge nurse. Mm-hmm. And this lady, I was giving her time to come back. And then one time she didn't come back, I went out there in the hallway looking for her. Then I went to the desk and looked for her. And when she didn't come in, then I pushed the button. I said, where's our nurse? And then she didn't come back. That's when I asked for the charge nurse.
Right. And
when I asked for the charge nurse, it come to find out that lady had been fluffing us. Did I tell you about that? Mm-mm. Because when the anesthesiologist
right
finally came back in there, I was talking to her and she was like, well, this is the first time they called me.
Right.
Oh boy, I was so hot with that lady. Woo.
Marcus was mad. And he hardly gets mad. So he was mad about that. I was mad too, but at the same time, I was under a lot of pain. So I let him handle that. But she finally came and she gave me my additional meds with the button. I wore that button out. So after I got that, everything settled back down again. And at this point, they took out the first medicine. I forgot the name of that medicine.
Me too.
They took that medicine out. That was the one to soften my cervix. And I believe I was like, I feel like I'm ready to push.
Yeah, and by this time I had done checked that nurse.
Yeah,
I had a conversation with her.
Yeah, because the charge nurse came in too. I think you had a conversation with the charge nurse.
Yeah, while she was in there, I was telling her. Yeah, I was saying everything because I just thought about you're not finna have her sitting here in pain when she telling you that she hurting and you acting like everything okay. And you're not feeling this pain. So I had a conversation with her and I put everything out there. Mm-hmm. And by that time, she had done got straight again.
Right.
And so the medicine, I forgot what you were saying.
They took the medicine out. And once they took it out, I told her, it was probably about another hour. And I told her, I feel like I'm ready to push. And she was like, all right. And she came in and got everything ready. And
she was hopping like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer then.
Everything. They started propping my legs up. And she was telling me what to do and telling me to push. And this is where it just turned around again. I started pushing. And I couldn't breathe. I was like, I couldn't breathe. I needed air. I just felt like something was on my chest, and I was like, "Oh my God, what else is gonna happen?"
And I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But this again, what I learned from another medical experience that when somebody say they can't breathe, give them some oxygen. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is the simplest thing you could do. If they say they can't breathe, that must mean they need oxygen. And when Shelby said she couldn't breathe, I said, "Can she get some oxygen?" I didn't even wait for them to offer. I like, she needs some oxygen. Can you give her some oxygen? Like, that lady had me, like, I wasn't taking no jump because this is my wife. Mm-hmm. And ain't nobody want to be stuck with the kid.
Y'all please don't mind my husband.
I'm just playing. But I'm thinking, like, if something happened to her, you ain't got to live with that. I do. Mm-hmm. You know, and I don't want nothing to happen to my wife. Give her some oxygen. And she was like, okay, we're going to give you some oxygen. I wasn't taking no junk from that lady. And y'all don't have to be rude, but do not let these people tell y'all anything because some people, she was good. She knew her job, but I think that's the thing. She knew her job. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes you can get disconnected from the individual, what they're telling you because you know how certain things supposed to work, but everybody's different.
Mm-hmm. Right. And also, I don't think that they like to deliver babies in the middle of the night.
I don't either.
Because I had Zuri at 7:30 that morning. So all this was going down. This was like 4, 5, 6. And then
let's not get to 6:30 yet. But let's back up because all the day before we kept hearing the song play.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that was. It was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Every time we heard that was a baby being delivered.
I thought it was a door opening.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. We didn't hear that song none at night in the middle of early in the morning, like 3, 4. We didn't hear it at all.
Not one time.
So to me, it seemed like they were stalling everything. They were stalling my delivery. I don't know
Not
if
just
they
yours.
can.
I don't know.
I don't know if they can. I just think everything was just being stalled, or they were just moving slow on purpose, because nobody delivered babies in the middle of the night. It's like everybody, soon as we had Zuri and like they cleaned up and left out the room, we kept hearing the song
Yeah.
all day. So it just was weird to me. I don't know if that's how they think or how they process. They just stall through the night and they don't want to deliver babies. But you guys just have to make sure you be vocal.
Yeah.
That's all.
So let's back up to you saying you was ready to push.
Yeah, I was ready to push.
You need oxygen. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah. I started pushing and I needed oxygen, and that's where I started feeling defeated. I was like, I don't think I can do this, because I was so tired, and I felt like I was, you know how you feel like you out of shape? You go back to working out, but you haven't been working out in a while, and you go back and you're tired and you're weak and you're out of shape and you just can't do it. That's how I felt. And I was like, I just need some help. I need help. I need somebody to help me get this baby up out of me. But I had to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I had to keep pushing. I pushed, and then I put on the oxygen mask. Then I push, and I put it on again. But Marcus say I pushed for 30 minutes.
We started at 6:30 because I 6:35 because I remember looking at the clock. I was like, we've been here this whole time. I want to see how long this takes, because I know that once you start pushing, it's not long after that.
Right.
So I would say before you start crowning, you probably pushed a good 10 minutes, probably. And I think that was just, but actually, when you were pushing, Zuri went back up.
And I can feel that.
That little girl did not want to, she said, I'm coming, psych.
So, and that's why I felt like I cannot do this. I need somebody to help me, because you know how you push your bear down and then you lay back to catch your breath. I felt her coming back up. Yep. And I was like, I can't do this. And I just started calling on the Lord. I was like, I need your help, because I'm telling Marcus that I'm looking at him at this point. I cannot do this.
I never felt like, I felt that when you said that.
It was hard. And I'm telling you, y'all, this was the smallest baby I ever had. And it was the longest, and it was the hardest. I was like, oh my God. I'm like 6 pounds. I'm like, that's easy. I done pushed out almost a 9 pounder, man.
That's
please.
what you get for bragging.
Yes. It was the hardest.
But I'm going to tell you this. Once you said that, you know what I started singing in my head? There is power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. That's what I told my wife. I said, call him.
Yeah, he sure enough did.
I said, call him.
He sure enough did.
Yeah, I said, call him.
I kept on pushing, and that one last push, I saw her.
Oh, but we gotta go, because once you start crowning, you was pushing, and that's when she was like, oh, I see hair. And then I looked down there and I saw Zuri's head.
Oh.
I was like, oh, honey, you coming, honey? You coming along? I said, I see her head. I said, she got a lot of hair. And she did have a lot of hair. And I say you was in that state for probably 2 to 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. I was trying to time all of this stuff in my head. And then once that came out, then I was like, honey, she almost here, honey. She almost here. And then you was pushing some more. Then that little alien head came out. My baby head was womp.
It was messed up.
It was womp.
It was messed up.
Womp,
all I
womp,
just
baby,
remember,
womp.
I did that one push, and my eyes closed, but when I opened it, I seen her fly out. She flew out fast.
Oh, yeah.
She flew out fast, and then I just felt like relief. Mm-hmm. And I sat back, and I put the oxygen mask back on, because it was just too much.
But then, like, I never heard this, but they said she had a short cord.